So this morning, since we knew he was going to be in town, we are very, very privileged to have our practitioner this morning also be our special music, also be our power talker. And I want to tell you, it was quite an amazing moment for me to sit in Merrill Hall. Merrill Hall, for those of you, is like our Carnegie Hall. We all try to get to Merrill Hall. All the ministers want to give a lecture on the same stand at the same podium that Ernest Holmes gave his lectures. And it's quite a privilege to be asked to speak at Merrill Hall. So sometime in the spring or whenever it was, Jonathan called me and said, I've been asked to speak at Merrill Hall. I still get emotional. And I got all emotional because I already went, oh, I'm going to be so proud. So, and I really wasn't even, it kind of just happened because so much was going on at Asilomar, and all of a sudden I'm sitting there, I was like, it's today. And they brought him onto the stage, and he gave his power talk, and it was pretty spectacular, and everyone stood, and it was just amazing. And I taught him everything he knows. And I didn't think that, to be truthful. I actually thought, wow, Jonathan is now in a position to start teaching me, as though he hasn't been all these years. So please welcome to the stage Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
Thank you. So I can't help but think as I stand up here, there are people who may not have, or who may be new to this center in the last 7 months, who are thinking, who the hell is this guy? I will tell you. Only 5 minutes, right, Doug? I don't get 14. So, I came to this philosophy by means of this center 7, 8 years ago, and was not a religious person. I never went to church growing up, and fell into this place because I was being set up on a date. That's the truth. You can laugh, because the date didn't work out, but I barely missed a Sunday since. And what was really profound for me in this is that I found a place that was professing and teaching what I intuitively knew already. And I found a place where I could celebrate that which I am already. And so, 6 months after that event, I said, you know what? It is my calling, it is my destiny to be a minister within this philosophy, and to take the effect that I felt in that moment out and trust that people are going to be attracted to that and feel the effects of this in their own lives. So, I started working for the NoHo Arts Center for New Thought, and I was the center's administrator. I was the Rita Andriello for 6 years. And on July 31st of last year, I received a letter from the committee that said, you are authorized to be a minister of religious science. 1 year ago, July 31st. Now, I think I've told this before, because before I left here, I think I was telling people what happened. I'm a big social networking guy. I love Twitter, I love Facebook, I love to be on the internet, I love to see what's happening in people's lives, and I love that people have a willingness to be open and honest and transparent online, and that they understand the power of that. Well, I went online that day, in the moment, on my iPhone, and I said, I passed. That's all I wrote. I passed. And a former member of this center who was living in Toronto, Tony Matthews, immediately wrote back and he says, congratulations. By the way, we need a minister. Toronto has always called to me. It's always called to me. I visited there for the first time 15 years ago. And I knew at that point, I was there for a weekend, and I had not been back since until last fall. I knew in that weekend, I thought, you know what? I will live in Toronto someday. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know where. It's going to happen. I don't know what's going to take me there. I'm a United States citizen. It's not like I can show up at the border and say, hey, I'm moving to Canada. Unless I can show up at the border and say, hey, I'm moving to Canada. The truth is, there was something within me that was always, always moving forward, knowing intuitively, whether I was consciously aware of it or not, it was always calling to me, and I knew that I was moving forward in the right direction. Everything aligned for the perfection of my expression to go and become the spiritual director of the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. I've given 26 I've done 26 talks, can you believe that? In Sunday service at this point in Toronto. And every week I feel I go deeper and deeper and deeper, and I become more comfortable, and I understand this philosophy more and more, because we're all always growing, always evolving, always moving forward. But the way that we do that is by stepping out of our own way. Stepping out of the circumstances of life and understanding that there is only one thing that is always guiding us forward, and that's love. It's love. I'm trying to think, one of my mental muscle students, we all love acronyms, one of my mental muscle students this past spring came to me and said, my word in mental muscle is love, which means lots of vibrant energy. Lots of vibrant energy. And I thought, that's perfect, because that's what I want to live with. That's how I want to lead my life, with lots of vibrant energy. And you can do it too. That's the big news. You can do it too. It's great to get up here and to try. I mean, here's the thing. Do I succeed at inspiration? I try to inspire. That's what I do. I'm here to be an inspiration. Does it work for everyone? Maybe not. But the truth is, true inspiration comes from within you, not from me. It's your ability to tap into that which is already innately flowing through you. That's inspiration. And you are here to be the leaders out there to show what an inspired life looks like. Funny, I wasn't going to use this quote, but it's sitting here right in front of me. Dr. Christian Sorensen said this at Asilomar this week. He said, religious science is not here to create followers. It's here to create leaders. You are the leaders. You, each and every one of you. So you can, I always tell my congregation, I say, you know what, I'm the one standing up here just because you've decided that I'm the one who should be standing up here. But any number of you could be standing up here. And if that's your calling, go for it. And so finally, I found this wonderful quote that I used at my power talk at Asilomar by Sophocles. So New Thought's been around for a long time. One word releases us from the weight and pain of life. That word is love. That word is love. In everything you do, approach it with love. Lots of vibrant energy. And understand that is the very core of who you are. You were meant to live an extraordinary life. You were meant to live an extraordinary life. I really want you to hear that. No one here was meant to be ordinary. And so I say today, go out and live that extraordinary life. And to get us revved up into that, we're going to do an affirmation. I'm going to say it once, and then we're going to repeat it together. So the affirmation today is, I recognize today my ordinary life is truly extraordinary. You need me to say it again? No? Yes? I'll say it one more time. I recognize today my ordinary life is truly extraordinary. Let's say that together. I recognize today that my ordinary life is truly extraordinary. One more time. I recognize today that my ordinary life is truly extraordinary. And so with that energy, I invite you to close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. Simply relax, breathe. Step into that receptive place, that understanding, that place that is within you. that is the source of all true inspiration. And right here, right now, I recognize that there is only one power. There is only one presence, a perfect, divine, intuitive knower that is always unfolding by means of creation. It is the very essence of love, because it is love, lots of vibrant energy, that perfect creative power that is constantly evolving itself into greater things. And it is happening by means of each and every person here, for we are all each unique, brilliant, extraordinary expressions of this one divine energy. This is the truth of who we are. And with this understanding, I claim and I know that there is power behind the word I speak, for my word is done right here and right now. And so what I claim for every single person here is that there is only love, there is only light, there is only a perfect expression of wisdom by means of each and every one of us. And this is the truth of who we are. And so I simply let go. I allow it to unfold. I step into a deeper knower, into a deeper knowing, and a deeper embodiment of the truth of who I am. And I trust that this is the truth for everyone here. And I know that the energy that radiates by means of each and every one of us expands into the world and changes the experience of the world. We move more towards peace because it is done first in our mind. We move more towards love because it is done first in our mind. And so with deep gratitude, with deep understanding and gratitude for this understanding that I can speak my word and know it is done, I simply relax into it. I release it. I let it go, knowing that the word spoken is complete right here, right now. I let it be so, as together we say, and so it is. And so, I'm going to have some of your water. With that, I'm not getting another introduction, but I am the special music today. I asked James before the service, I said, well, it's going to be weird, like if I get up there, I do it, and then I leave the stage, and then you get up and introduce me, and I come back on stage. There are no mistakes. Everything works out exactly as it is supposed to. So I do want to let you know this song. I was like, what am I going to sing when I come there on a Sunday? And I will tell you, my first thought, because I had just done it in the Sunday service, when I said, James, I'm going to be there on, August 5th? I'm going to be there on August 5th. I would love to sing a song. And I thought, we had just done this song in my center, not the song I'm about to sing, but we had just sung Man in the Mirror. I thought, I want to sing Man in the Mirror. Thank you, Levi Christ, for a couple weeks ago singing it. Ruining that for me.
It's really good.
It was extraordinary. I watched it online. It was extraordinary. But then I had this thought. I'm like, well, that's really a silly idea. I need to bring Canadian music. So this is a song by a Newfoundland band called Great Big Sea.
1, 2, 3, and...
I've got a smile on my face and I've got four walls around me. I've got the sun in the sky, all the waters around me. Oh, yeah, I'll win now, but sometimes I'll lose. I've been battered, but I never bruise. It's not so bad. And I say away, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. Janie sings on a corner, what keeps her from dying? Let them say what they want, she'll never stop trying. Oh,
She might stumble, they'll push her around. She might fall, but she'll never back down. It's not so bad. And I say, way, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you've just gotta say it's alright. There's always some sorrow. It's a double-edged knife, but there's always tomorrow. Don't you know? It's up to you now if you sink or swim. Just keep the faith that your ship will come in. It's not so bad. And I say, away, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you've just gotta say, I say, way, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you've just gotta say it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. I've got a smile on my face and I've got four walls around me.
Jonathan Zenz, Karen Mitchell, Alex Holmes, the NoHo Arts Band.
Thank you.
Jonathan Zenz. Jonathan Zenz.
Thank you.
So while we were at Asilomar, we went to the cabaret one night, and we were like, oh, let's sing something. And we thought, well, what would we sing? Well, there's only one song that we all knew together. And it just became this thing that kind of just grew. We did it there. We took it to a workshop because someone asked us to sing it at their workshop, and then another person asked us, and then they asked us to sing it on the last day. The vision statement for Centers for Spiritual Living, one of the vision statements, the idea is a world that works for everyone. The world can only work for everyone as soon as everyone starts to respect and love one another's right to choose and live in their own religion, their own ideology, their own sexuality, whatever. So this song, We All Pray the Same, was written when 9/11 happened, partly because Scott DeTurk and I were both so afraid that one religion was going to take the blame for what happened, and we didn't want that to happen. So here's We All Pray the Same.
From a mansion in Virginia, on a mountain in Peru, from a tent out in the desert, 3 days ride from Kathmandu, for a baby with a fever, or a teen that's run away. If you're looking for salvation, or just looking for a better day.
From a beggar in Calcutta to an Ethiopian king, a temple in Korea where a monk begins to sing, to a church that burned in Georgia, or a sailor lost at sea. Doesn't matter where it comes from, doesn't matter if it's you or me. In any tongue, in any color, in any word, in any name, when we close our eyes in silence, we all pray the same. No matter what we call it, no matter where we aim, when we lift our hearts together, we all pray the same.
From a pilgrim facing Mecca,
Pilgrim facing Mecca,
to a rabbi in Berlin,
rabbi in Berlin,
for a shaman in the jungle, symbols painted on his skin, for a young bride to be fruitful, or a battle to be won, to the skies for rain in August, to find grace through Mary's son.
Oh, yes, we have our differences.
And yes, we have a choice. But when we look beneath the skin, we find we're all one voice. One voice.
From the man who plays piano,
to the boy who beats the drum,
To the girl who sings the melody, or a baby who just hums. When you put it all together, you can hear the symphony, all the voices singing loudly in a prayer of harmony. Harmony in any tongue, in any color, in any word, in any name. When we close our eyes in silence, we all pray the same. No matter what we call it, no matter where we aim, when we lift our hearts together, we all pray the same. In any tongue, in any color, in any word, in any name, when we close our eyes in silence, we all pray the same. No matter what we call it, no matter what we call it, no matter where we aim, when we lift our hearts together, we all pray the same. When we close our eyes in silence, we all pray